Welcome. You have found it finally. You've heard about it. And now you get to experience the podcast that is too good to be on the radio.
Very much so. We've been doing this for over a year now, and we're glad you finally came on board. And just to
tell some people about it.
Yeah, please spread the word. But don't go promoting it all over the place. We don't want too many people tuning in because then there's expectations, and we're not real great with that.
That's true.
So
we do want to take you to Orange City, Florida, where they're under a monkey emergency right now.
What? Monkey emergency. By the way, if you're first tuning in to the Mike and Molson Too Good for Radio podcast, monkeys are MO. Anytime there's a monkey news story, come to us first.
Right.
So,
and this is pretty serious. There have been multiple calls of monkey sightings in this Florida town.
Well, there's a monkey island down in Florida, right? That we've covered extensively over the years. Are they have escaped the island now?
Yeah, it doesn't say. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission said the monkey is a wild rhesus macaque monkey. Officials urge the public do not feed or attempt to capture the monkeys.
Why not?
It remains unclear how many have been seen. Monkey was recently spotted Wednesday outside of a Popeyes.
The chicken place?
Yes, where employee Kimberly Villalobos said she spotted it through the drive-through window at 9:30 in the morning. I look over and I'm like, is this real? This cannot be possible. She said, the monkey's smart because he looked at the traffic and he knew not to go that way. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Not only working here, in my life. This is crazy.
Okay, we know monkeys are smart, but I don't know if not running out in front of a giant moving vehicle makes you smart.
I know. Squirrels know not to do that.
Yeah, some do, some don't.
From the Orange City Police Department on their Facebook page. We have received multiple calls for service referencing monkey sightings within the city. If you come in contact with a monkey, please contact FWC for further assistance. One person said, alligator? Yeah. Bear? Uh-huh. Snake? Yes. I did not have monkey on my bingo card for today.
Oh, great. Nice. Very snarky comment. Way to add to the conversation, you jerk.
But if you happen to... they are under an alert. They're not... I guess it's interesting because they're not saying, is it a monkey? Is it monkeys?
They don't know.
Plural?
Yeah.
But until they know a little bit more...
Everybody's on lockdown. Watch out when you're in your drive-thru. Watch out to that local Popeyes. They could be anywhere.
You could get monkeyed anytime.
Do not, and by the way, as much as we promote it, and we're glad they're a sponsor, do not give the monkey Nugenics. The last thing we need is a jacked up monkey on Nugenics running around going ooh, ah, saying monkey for she'll like it too. Moving on, we have another story involving an animal, but this one, I'll give you the bell.
Okay.
I'm thinking it may be a stop me when it gets weird, but I'm not quite sure.
I will ring when it weirds.
So, apparently, this individual gets clocked driving 140 miles per hour. Okay? When he gets pulled over, he says he is on his way to a veterinary clinic because he has a couple of chihuahuas, 18-month-old chihuahuas, that he believes have overdosed on cocaine. Let me introduce you to Adam Dianzamba. Mm-hmm. He and a friend brought the puppies to two separate animal hospitals. The 18-month-old puppies named Freddie and Tonto were extremely lethargic and suffering from a cocaine overdose.
Right. And speaking in a Cuban accent.
Yeah, hospital staff Tonto and Freddie. Hospital staff immediately suspected the dogs had been drugged because they were crying, limp, and breathing slowly.
Oh, God.
Freddie initially tested positive for cocaine and fentanyl. Both dogs tested positive for cocaine and fentanyl at a separate vet emergency center around 7:45 p.m. the next day.
Okay, hang tight. So this is a reoccurring. This is not like a freak accident. They are chronically getting into the coke, it seems like.
It seems like this idiot, Adam Ziamba, decided it'd be hilarious, which it's not, to give. Now they're hooked on it. Now these poor chihuahuas are hooked on it. Both dogs are being held until the case is resolved. Doctors administered Narcan to reverse the potentially lethal symptoms following the positive test results.
God almighty.
How do you do that with a dog?
Say hello to my little chihuahua.
How do you just take it up their nostril, I guess, with the Narcan?
I don't know what the usual way to administer. You would think a Chihuahua, it'd probably take nothing to blow them up.
An 18-month Chihuahua, right? Just a little speck, I would imagine.
Not a lot going on there.
And it seems to me, and I don't.
And how do you know? They're always shaking.
Right, and I don't know for nothing because I don't do drugs. Did he try?
Listen to you boast.
Exactly. Look at me be a L7 square. The only drugs I do are not even drugs, but are Nugenics.
Yeah.
And she'll like it too.
I'm on a natural high.
Yeah, I am. Is the fact that the cocaine would bring him up? Did he use the fentanyl to try to even him out? Like, Tonto's a little too hot here.
Man.
Freddie the Chihuahua's a little too high. Bring him down with something.
I mean, that's the first thing the dealer says to you is keep this away from your animals, for God's sake.
Right, exactly. You don't want that happening.
Just for you.
He is denied responsibility for the dogs ingesting the drugs. How come on. Twice?
I don't know how it got there.
I don't know how that happened. He faces up to only 1 year in jail
Oh, come
and
on.
$1,000 fine.
It's 2 Chihuahuas. At least a year for both Chihuahuas.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's at least got to be what's going on there. So, this guy
incredible.
should never be able to have a pet ever again
No.
in this situation.
No, and whatever the equivalent to overdose a Chihuahua, he needs to take it now, too, and say, see, how do you like it?
Yes, I think you're right. That's exactly what should be happening to this particular gentleman.
Learned it from the Chihuahuas, Dad.
I learned it from watching the Chihuahuas. I learned it from watching you. Speaking of guys doing dumb stuff in vehicles.
While inebriated,
Yes.
we take you to Vincennes, Indiana, where Indiana State Police had to pull over a man driving a toy car. He was in a Power Wheels Jeep.
What is he doing? You're an adult.
Yeah.
What are you doing at a Power Wheels?
Well, he too was whacked out on something or other. He had both meth and marijuana in his system.
Okay, well, I guess that means he assumed maybe this mini car was actually going faster than it was.
Power Wheels Jeep was pulled over, and the driver was identified as 51-year-old John McKee. The trooper says McKee appeared to be impaired and failed several sobriety tests, and he was driving a Power Wheels Jeep.
Does he go to the... I'm sorry, officer. Let me check the glove box for license and registration.
He was then taken to the jail, and while intoxicated with a prior conviction, a level 6 felony for driving a...
Was he on the street?
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the street?
He was
like
pulled over by the state police.
So was he on an interstate or like a...
It just says North 2nd Street in Vincennes.
Okay. I don't understand these individuals. And I guess you're in an inebriated state. But how many stories of this do we hear of people in Power Wheels or in riding lawnmowers or electric lazy boys, and they think that just because it's not an actual car,
right.
I can't get pulled. You can't pull me over, officer. It's not a DWI. This isn't even a toy. This is a toy. No, you still can.
But yeah, he took it onto the road, which is just, he's lucky he's not dead.
Yeah, because it doesn't have any reflectors or anything.
That was one of the things the police said. That was, they couldn't see him very well because he has no reflectors or lights. And it's a toy.
And it's a Power Wheel.
Here, I'm going to give you the bell back.
Okay.
And I want you to ring it when you start to hate this couple.
Okay, perfect.
Brooke James.
Okay.
That's the lady in this couple.
All right.
And her boyfriend, Brad.
Brooke and Brad.
Brooke
Okay.
and Brad. She was in shock when her boyfriend got down on one knee and proposed to her with a hot dog.
What?
While eating at the Whacked Out Wiener.
By the way, to our sponsor, Uncle Wiggly's Wiener, we apologize. This is a competitor, but we all know the superior wiener belongs to Uncle Wiggly.
We have wiener exclusivity here on the Too Good for Radio podcast.
There's only one wiener that goes in our mouth, and it's Uncle Wiggly's. All right, so Brooke and Brad are at the Whacked Out Wiener.
Brad gets down on one knee and, not with a ring, but with a hot dog, says, "Will you marry me?" You already hate him.
You got to have a ring involved.
Wait, you're going to hate them more.
Okay, you can't propose with a hot dog.
It took me a few seconds to really understand that it wasn't a joke. He's done stuff like this before. He'll jokingly get on one knee when I ask for a paper towel and be like, "Will you take this from me?" But then I saw the smile on the face and the sparkle in the middle of the hot dog.
So he ringed the hot dog?
He ringed the hot dog. The couple said they met online 7 years ago. James was living in Florida.
Who's James? Brad.
The girl.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Brooke
was in Florida.
James was in Florida.
I was saying 7 years ago they meet.
Brad living here in Illinois.
Oh, okay. Is there a whacked out wiener we don't know about?
We started dating in November 2016, and once a year we would meet in Illinois or Alabama and spend time with each other. And then we moved to Florida. These people don't even know where to go.
No. We were here. We were there. We were everywhere.
We picked 3 states that really aren't terribly interesting at all.
No. I mean, Florida's got some things. Certain parts, anyway.
As for where he got the idea for the proposal, Brad said he always planned on proposing in a unique way. My whole family doesn't take life seriously, and we went to... I know this guy.
I hate Brad. Brad can go to hell.
Can you imagine being at a cocktail party with Brad?
No, that is a fate worse than death.
Meet my wife, Brooke.
Hey.
We got engaged on a hot dog.
You're never going to believe this.
Guess. I want you to guess.
Come on. You know me, guys, right? I'm crazy anyway.
We do wild things.
I mean, you saw me that one time. Remember when she wanted me to go get another piece of cheese from the charcuterie? and I grabbed the cheese. I got down on the knee and said, "Cheese be mine," instead of "please be mine." Remember that? So you can only imagine how I proposed to her.
Oh my God, we're so random.
Yes, we are. God, their wedding's going to be awful.
My whole family doesn't take life seriously, and we went to the Whacked Out Wiener, which has 6 locations in Alabama, including 4 in Baldwin County. And when it first opened, we bought T-shirts, and we loved it. I knew if I was going to pop the question, it couldn't be serious. And this was Brooke's first time with the Whacked Out Wiener.
She'll like it, too.
Right.
By the way, how many co-ed naked or Big Johnson T-shirts has Brad owned in the past?
No, he's not even that funny.
True. Yeah, very true. He doesn't get on double entendre.
When we first walked in there were a lot of people, and so I had a plan to grab the hot dogs and go outside. I told the owners what I was planning, and they were so excited.
I'm sure they were. Great, Brad's here again.
I originally wanted to put the hot dog through the ring, but it wouldn't fit, so I had to cut between the hot dog.
That's right. No ring can hold this wiener.
The restaurant owners gifted the couple with T-shirts and said, "Get out.
Leave us alone and never come back."
We just really can't say thank you enough to the Whacked Out Wiener. They had smiles on their faces the whole time. I'm really glad we had a comedic place to do it. Oh, Brad.
That's not a comedy play. Like, yes, it's Whacked Out Wiener. The name is comedy, but it's not like you're at Zany's. Oh. We're so glad we had a comedic place to do it.
I hope Brad and Brooke don't ever move next door to you.
No. I hope their car, wherever it is, gets in a fiery crash. I'm sorry, but I just do.
I want to show you the ring inside this chili dog. Can you see?
Is that an onion?
In the middle there.
I know, I see it, but that looks like a shiny onion.
Yeah, there's an onion and a ring and a chili dog.
What is it? Now you have to take that ring directly to a cleaner or to a jewelry store, right? You don't want to slop that on your finger.
Oh, man.
And by the way, if it had fit on the hot dog, no offense, but how big are her fingers? You know what I'm saying? Like if you go, "Sweetie, this fit on a hot dog, it can fit on your hand."
God almighty.
There. Oh, God.
Isn't that awful? Can you imagine?
Well, here. I'll give you the bell back.
Great.
How long till you hate this new trend?
Okay.
Welcome to the Too Good for Radio We Hate Everything podcast. Yeah. There apparently is a new trend in dating. And this is started by Amy Noble, a holistic dating coach.
Oh.
It's a trend called Masterdating.
Say that again, please.
It's a trend called Masterdating.
With a D.
With a D, not a B.
Okay, Masterdating.
But it may lead to more self-love if you woo yourself correctly. It's the latest love and relationship trend to take social media by storm. It is the practice of lavishing oneself with choice gifts, treats, and outings.
No.
In an effort to establish a healthy sense of self-sufficiency before entering a serious relationship with someone else.
Oh, go to hell.
You're a master dater. According to this holistic dating coach, quote, "Taking yourself out on a date is an exercise in self-love and self-compassion. you're teaching yourself about your own needs, requirements, the things that bring you joy. It's about uncovering your own passions.
You know what this reminds me of? When people buy themselves presents for Christmas.
Oh, God, that's the worst. It's sad. It's sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
But if you're going to buy yourself a present, guys, if you're going to master date, there's only one choice for your master date present, and that's Nugenics.
Right.
Because she'll like it, too, if you ever get to pass the master dating part.
And a blow-up Doug Flutie.
Or a big hurt for you later on tonight.
You know, because they always like, oh, you know, I treated myself to something. It's like it's not a present. You just bought yourself a thing.
Yes.
You know.
So they go on to say that flying solo can be just as exciting as being taken out by
No, it's not.
by a handsome charmer or a smiley siren.
God.
Make a whole day of it. Master date at least once a week.
Oh, God almighty.
Here's the worst part.
I lost the bell. I threw it. Now I don't know where it is.
I don't care where it is because these people are there we go. Yes, it's the worst. Wait. They say make a whole day of it. First, send yourself flowers in the morning with a sweet note saying, "I can't wait to see you tonight."
No.
Schedule a fancy mode of transportation to get yourself to the date. Make it a day full. Is there nothing more pathetic? And I'm sorry if you're a master dater.
No.
But is there nothing more you know what? The masturbating is less pathetic than the master dating.
Really, that's honorable.
That's honorable if you're even if it's just from broadcast television because you don't have money to buy an OnlyFans.
Right, a bra commercial came on.
Or if there's some type of Victoria's Secret, or even one of those weird perfume commercials.
Sure.
Right? Is more noble than master dating.
Look, because this requires you have to somehow separate yourself from the fact that you did all of this, that you sent yourself the flowers, it's not like you're surprised. You did it.
Correct. You know when it's coming.
Which makes it so pathetic.
And then to schedule a lavish transportation? How sad is that to be like, you know what I did? Here's what I did. So I sent myself flowers,
right,
and then I got a limo, and then I went to my favorite restaurant, and I had pasta.
Can you imagine the chauffeur
That's what I'm saying.
holds the door for you, you get in, and then he's still standing there going, and the other person?
Just me.
Where's the other?
Just me.
Why are you all dressed up like
And
an
what
idiot?
do you guys do for master dates? Do you send yourself like...
no recommendations there on what men do?
I would assume that if you're going to do that, right, I would assume maybe you send yourself Sherry's berries or an edible bouquet to yourself. Right?
No. God, this is awful.
Treating yourself as a guy, treat yourself to a bouquet. Be like, eat healthy now, because later on tonight we're gonna get a limo to go to the strip club, or I don't know, a Buffalo Wild Wings to watch some sports. You're gonna master date like no one's business tonight.
No, and you're absolutely right about your earlier point that if on Monday morning you say to me, "What'd you do all weekend?" and I say I masturbated like a maniac all weekend,
that's more noble.
That's all I could do. Or if I said, I masterdated. I bought myself a ticket to a baseball game, and I went and ate a hot dog by myself, and I went and got
You're never going to believe
I had a barber shave me.
I masterdated so hard this weekend because like on Wednesday I put a card in the mail to myself. So Saturday morning I open the card and it says, "Get ready for a night like you'll never believe," and then next thing I know, I had an Uber XL show up or whatever, and then I took it around town wherever I wanted to go. I had a great steak dinner, and then I went to a ball game, and then I hugged myself to sleep. It was the best master date I've ever had.
I got up extra early in the morning, and I made eggs and pancakes, and then I went to bed, and then I got up, and there were eggs and pancakes there.
It's crazy. I had pizza the night before, and the next morning, there was a cold pizza with a note saying, "I loved last night. Could we do it again next weekend?" And it was signed by me. It was crazy.
Oh, no.
I am a master of master dating.
Oh, and this woman's making money off of this?
Yes, a holistic dating coach.
Shut up.
Yes. I don't know what's worse. Would you rather go to a dinner party with Brad or master date with this woman?
Yeah, right. What's happening to the world?
What is going on? Well, speaking of sending oneself flowers, next story does involve flowers.
And I heard about this happening in Minnesota, too. Is that bell going to be okay?
Yeah, we got plenty. We got plenty other bells.
Okay.
We got plenty bell budget here on the Too Good for Radio podcast.
Good. Yeah, just throw that away. I heard about this happening from a friend of mine that lives in Minnesota, and this story is from England, where people are being asked, hey, when you come to our beautiful field of sunflowers, please don't walk around nude. Because people, for some reason, are posing naked for pictures amongst sunflowers.
I guess that's a good aesthetic behind them, I guess. And when you're posing nude, make sure you always have a nice bottle of Ball's ginger ale.
The owners of Stroke Fruit Farm.
No. That can't be a real thing. That can't be a real thing. Is that someone's actual name? Stroke
Fruit Farm. Off England's south coast.
You're going to love our bananas at Stroke Fruit Farm.
Please don't squeeze the melons.
Yes. Continue, though.
Had to put a post on Facebook. Had to put a post. God almighty.
A post on Facebook.
Jesus. Sorry. I'm sorry.
We're so angry at Masterdating, we can't even speak.
I know you come here for eloquent speech and...
Yes.
In a post on Facebook, the farm said, reminder to all, we are a family area and please keep your clothes on in the sunflowers. We are having an increased reports of naked photography taking place, and this must not happen during our public sessions.
We don't want to make them without the L.
Right. It encompasses 350 acres, producing wheat, peas, potatoes, pumpkin, squash, sweet corn, and sunflowers. There had been about 6 incidents of people stripping off among the sunflowers.
I'm so free.
Yeah, we've always had people take risque pictures, but this is the first year it's been a problem.
So there's a history of people getting risque in front of... I'm sorry, but sunflowers don't scream risque to me.
Apparently, they had to put up signs around the farm after, quote, a couple children saw what was going on. We're a really free and happy farm, but we just can't have nudity in public view.
Not here at the Stroke Fruit Farm.
It's a really happy and fun place, and it does give you that empowering feeling. But it's about people around being respectful of that. The site is huge, and there's so many places. So now you know what's going to happen. Now it's a challenge.
Now more people. Yeah, exactly. Now you're going to get more and more idiot nudes.
The sunflowers were first planted by Wilson and his then fiancée behind the church. They got married. And you would not believe it. I proposed on a hot dog.
I was going to say, don't let Brad and Brooke hear about this, because he's going to redo it and be like, so then I put it around my other waiter.
Nothing could have prepared them for just how popular the attraction would become, with people traveling large distances to see all these sunflowers and also just to drop their pants. And
there's a couple people that do go there just to hope to see the nude.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to see the sunflowers, all right.
And at that point, don't you then just say, hey, here's the deal. Okay, every day at sunrise until 8 o'clock, it's a free-for-all. Just nude all over the place. Take all the pictures you want, and then at 8 o'clock, everybody gets out.
Shut it down. Get out.
And we start letting families
I like that idea.
Make some money off of this.
Yeah, exactly. Make it nude hours.
It's $50 to nude in the sunflowers.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
That's what I would do.
That's what you should do.
I am going to do that.
That's why you're a marketing genius, by the way.
Come to my house and get naked, ladies.
I'm going to plant a small patch of sunflowers just in case to really woo you.
No guys.
No more master dating for Johnny Molson. He's now got his nude sunflower business.
I'll be master dating him.
Hell yeah, you will. Hell yeah, you will. That's how I fertilize those flowers.
Stop.
Moving on real quick.
Get the bell out of the garbage.
Well, this podcast's already in the garbage right now. So we move on to kind of a listener's court. Chime in the comments. I don't know where you would comment or where you're listening to your podcast, but we appreciate it. I'm going to introduce you to Calvin Decker, who's a security guard at a venue in Minneapolis, a U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. He's a concert security guard, okay? And so he realized that Taylor Swift was doing like 3 nights at the U.S. Bank Stadium back in June. And so he realized that she would get super close to him in the middle of her show, right? But he can't turn and look to the stage because that's against policy. You always have to be looking out the crowd because you're a security guard. So after night 1, I was realizing how close Taylor Swift was getting to me, so I really wanted to get a photo to document it. So that's against the rules, right? He can't turn and take a picture himself or selfie or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So what he did was he handed out pieces of paper that says, I wasn't allowed to have my phone out, but if Taylor Swift comes right behind me, please take a photo of me and text it to my number.
Oh, yeah.
I handed this out to people in the front row for night 2, and they were really kind and sweet about it. They're like, oh, that's cool. Decker said that he did not pass a note to the woman who posted the widely shared TikTok of him singing, but he was happy to see himself going viral. So some people did take pictures. Mm-hmm. One woman was taking video and noticed that he was singing along. It was like, oh, he's a fellow Swiftie. In an update video, Decker said the security company, Best Crowd Management, fired him due to a rule prohibiting staffers from taking photos with performers. Decker said the company took issue with his handing out notes to audience members asking to be sent photos. Beyond that, the HR woman who called says they weren't able to articulate exactly what I did wrong because I didn't do anything beyond asking for photos, which is what happens at any other concert, with the only exception being that I made sure I got any that I was included in. Every photo of me from that night was from behind the barricade like any other photo from a fan would be. I never took my phone out, and above all else, I made sure that Taylor Swift was safe and all the fans had a good time. As long as I was at the concert, I was doing my job. So what say you? I
mean, every bit of me wants to agree with the guy, but I can see an argument being made that, even just the fact that he was handing out the cards.
It's a little weird, right?
Yeah, and saying, hey, get a picture of me and I'm going to be smiling. It does suggest that maybe he wasn't really on his game.
Well, right. I think...
You know how rowdy those T-Swizzle
the Swifties get freaking nuts, man. They go crazy. It's like Metallica and then T-Swift. But I think you're right. I think the thing that...
And then Juggalos.
Yeah.
Right beneath.
They're right beneath Swifties. Swift. Yeah, in between Metallica and ICP, there's the Swifties right there. Like, the ICP has their Faygo spraying all over the place. The Swifties, whatever.
It's worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally worse. I think where he went wrong was handing out the notes.
Yeah.
I think had he just, if he saw somebody with the phone, like after the concert, it would have been different. If the concert wraps up and he's like, hey, I noticed you were taking some pictures. Yeah. Here's my number. Can you text them to me? But the fact that you file in, because of course the fans are going to be, cool with it, or just nice about it. No one's going to go, hey, what a weirdo. I'm not going to do that. So, of course, they're going to be amicable of you handing him a piece of paper going, hey, if there's a picture, okay, cool. But the fact that you're handing it off and soliciting for the photos, I think is where he went wrong.
Yeah, and there's something, too, about it, the fact that he was saying, if you get a picture with Taylor Swift behind me, and I mean, it's like there's a lot of orchestration going on where I don't think he was giving his best crowd control from Best Crowd Control Incorporated.
Very true, because at some point he's handed out these pieces of paper, right? And when he sees the individual, all of a sudden, maybe point to him. Yeah. Now he's mugging instead of knowing what's going on.
That's right.
So, I'm with you. As much as I wanted to be on his side, I think
it's a victimless crime.
Right, it is. But I think I don't know.
He's probably a good guy. I think he made a mistake, and probably is not the caliber of best crowd control that Best Crowd Control expects. It's in their name, Mike.
But they're the best. Just like we don't say we're on the radio because we're too good for
That's right.
It's right there in the title. And we finished today with Google Trends has a new list out of the most popular junk foods by state.
Oh.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Junk food is a very broad term that they use in this. It's everything from kind of chips to candies to cookies and everything in between.
That's all junk food.
Yeah, I get, but I would to me there's savory junk food and then there's sweets.
Yeah, it's junk food.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right. It's a broader junk food.
No, that's all under the category of junk food.
Well, I have subcategories of junk food.
What is a cookie if not junk?
Well, cookie, yes.
What is a chip if not junk?
Correct. I will give you that.
All right.
So I guess it's all junk food.
What else would you call it?
Well, like I said, there's savory junk food.
So what?
If someone were to say to me my favorite junk food, to me, dessert is different than junk food to me. They're all junk food.
No, you didn't mention desserts in there.
Because if you tell me my favorite junk food, then I may go savory.
What do you think when you think junk food? Then are you thinking just chips? And salty stuff?
I'm thinking more savory, junky stuff.
Stop saying savory like it's like it's a benefit. You're saying it like it's like you're qualifying it somehow.
But my favorite dessert would be different than my favorite junk food if you were to ask me.
That's not a dessert. None of those are dessert.
Candy's a dessert?
The hell it's a dessert.
A candy bar's not a dessert?
No.
To me, a candy bar is a dessert.
Dessert?
Yes.
Is that what you wheel out at your house after here's some coffee and some candy bars? You don't have a pie or something or a piece of
yes,
cake?
But that's also a dessert. Cookies, pie, cake.
No.
Cookies, pie, cake, candy bars, desserts.
What happens on like your wife's birthday? Do you just stick candles in a bag of Oreos or something?
If that's what she wants, yes.
Come on. No, anyway.
I mean, there's other variants of desserts. There's plated desserts, and then there's just desserts. Like, I won't eat a candy bar until after I eat something of substance first.
Right. It's junk food. But it's not a dessert.
To me, it's a dessert.
See, you keep saying dessert and savory, and you're trying to elevate this stuff into something that it's not.
It's all junk. All right, fine.
It's not. A slice of pie is a dessert. Ice cream is a dessert.
But that's a junk food, too, I think.
Not really. It's got fruit in it.
True. But no one wants hot fruit.
Who said it had to be hot? What is wrong with you right now?
But aren't we vastly against fruit pies? I guess it doesn't have to be warmed up.
No.
You can just have a regular Hostess fruit pie.
Who's
Do they sell those?
What do you mean we are against fruit pies?
I thought we had an understanding.
I don't even know what the story is that you're trying to tell anymore.
Okay. By state, the most popular junk food.
So cookies or chips.
or candy.
Or candy bars.
Okay. All right, fine. Thank God. Good Lord, that was exhausting.
Not cake.
That was the most Brad conversation I ever had.
No, it wasn't. That was important.
Yes, it was. So anyway, long story short.
Savory, you ass.
So anyway, here's the most popular of states. In 7 states, Sour Patch Kids are the favorite.
Oh, really?
Are the favorite junk food, followed by in 5 states, Kit Kats and Animal Crackers.
Animal crackers.
Can't you do better than animal crackers as your junk food?
That's not very good. Yeah,
that's not a very. If you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I ate 5 animal crackers. That's not a great junk food choice.
And it's not readily accessible, is it?
Animal crackers?
Yeah.
They're still sold.
Well, I know,
but
I can't get one at like Huck's.
No, you maybe can. Yeah? If it's the frosted kind. I think the frosted kind may be in that aisle of junk food. That you would go down when you're stopping at a gas station. I guess that's probably a good definition.
I would like to know if I can go and get some animal crackers at the gas station.
At the Come and Go or whatever it is. So they're quick and easy.
Why?
What, that's a thing, right? They do have that.
But I know it is.
Okay.
God, what is wrong with you?
By the way, some of the other ones that made this list include Alaska's favorite junk food is a fruit roll-up. I don't know if that's a granola bar is Connecticut's favorite junk food.
That sounds about right. That sounds
but for Connecticut,
New England kind of.
Yeah, that sounds like Buffy and Bruce are having a granola bar.
I want a snack right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Florida's got an interesting one. Nerds is their favorite junk food. Yep, that's a good one. Georgia's Milk Duds.
Hey, I just recently found it's like a glob of nerds around a gooey thing. I don't know what they're called.
But it's not there's nerds ropes that are the nerds.
It's not the ropes.
It's like, around a gooey thing?
It's like nerds around a...
Chunky?
I don't even know how to describe it. Like around a...
One of those gumdrop things? Like a dot?
Yeah.
It's like a nerd surrounded
but softer
dot?
than a dot.
Okay. Yeah, because dots can be...
You've got me so flustered right now, I can't even remember candy.
Because dots can be a little sus at times.
Dots are a little hard.
Yeah, sometimes they'll take a.
It's like a gummy.
Out.
It's like a gummy texture.
Okay, that sounds delicious.
Nerds around a gummy like in a ball.
That sounds delicious. It is very good. Some of the other highlights: Illinois' favorite, our state we emanate this podcast from, Pringles was the favorite junk food.
Okay, we're kind of a chip state.
We are a chip state. Like Kansas was Cheez-Its. Kentucky was Butterfingers. Iowa had Oreos. Mississippi went Ruffles.
What are pork rinds?
That's a junk food.
No, I know, but I don't know what they are.
They're pork skin that are like deep fried, right?
Yeah, I've never had them.
You ever had pork rinds?
No, I just said that.
Exactly don't ask Sock. I just said I've never had them. Then you go, you never had them?
There was no reason to ask me that question. I just told you.
They're like chicharrones, right? Chicharrones and pork rinds are similar but different?
I don't know what a chicharrone is.
So chicharrones is also, I think,
Okay.
deep fried pork skin.
I can't get past the name, so I've never had one. But people seem to like.
You never had.
Oh my God!
I'm kidding. I had to do a call back there. I would suggest them. They're very airy. They're not as substantive as you would think a pork rind would be.
You'll have to give them to me under a different name.
Because you're right. It's not very. It'd be like, want some watermelon rinds?
Right.
No, I'm just going to rinds of anything. I will say no to. New Jersey's favorite is Chips Ahoy.
Oh, okay.
New Mexico loves themselves some beef jerky. North Dakota loves Twizzlers. Ohio is a big fan of Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, how
now
about
there's
that?
a quality junk food for you
Yeah.
right there. I like Pennsylvania coming in with Swedish Fish. Underrated
yeah.
gummy is Swedish Fish.
I love Swedish Fish.
They are delicious. South Dakota's got a Baby Ruth.
And can I, and since I'm mad at everything right now,
That's all you should be. I became Brad overnight throughout the duration of this podcast.
just Swedish Fish, because now they're hawking Swedish Fish and Friends.
No.
And it's got other colors in there.
No.
just flat out
The
Swedish
red
Fish.
Do you want just the red Swedish Fish?
and the full size?
Yes. No, the mini Swedish Fish. To your point, it's a proportion thing.
proportion thing.
It's off. Texas loves Funyuns as their favorite junk food. There's something I've never eaten.
Yeah.
Is Funyuns, because there's nothing fun about onions to me.
No. It's like pork rinds. It doesn't seem like it's
It should be that thing.
enjoyable.
Wisconsin loves M&Ms, and Wyoming favorite junk food, a Twinkie. That's just some of the highlights. And now we know what a junk food is. Your answer?
Well, we've always known. You're the one who went rogue.
went rogue with my different.
Well, it's not savory and delectable enough to be a.
My savory junk food would be Doratos. And for my dessert junk food, I would go with a chuckle.
Okay, please, when you have dessert, get something. Get like a
Substantial?
big slice of cake or something. Not a
that-
Snickers.
Okay, before we go and really end this podcast, before people have gotten too exhaustive of us, Portillo's chocolate cake shake. Is that a junk food or is that a beverage?
I think it's a beverage.
Okay.
I don't know that I've
Would
had
you-
one. Please don't react. Don't overreact when I say this. I don't know that I've actually had one.
You've never had a chocolate cake shake?
Is there cake in it?
Yes. They take
okay.
they take a giant piece of cake.
So it's more spoon than straw?
It's a little bit of both, because
Okay.
sometimes what happens is in their expediency to get the shake to you,
Yeah.
you'll be able to drink a nice chocolate shake for a while and have a hunk of cake at the bottom.
Huh.
It's delicious.
Yeah, any sort of mixed milkshake, I love them. But you're right. There's always that challenge of
right.
Whenever the
You indent your forehead because you're trying to get it through a straw because
Yeah.
you want a milkshake, and then you're like spooning it more.
yeah. Even a Wendy's Frosty, it's
that's-
kind of like you
it's a
just got
spoon.
it's like you got a cup of ice cream.
Yeah, it's a spoon. It's not a Frosty's not a drink.
No.
It's a spoon.
Unless it sits for a while.
Yeah, and then but even then you
But
still spoon.
that's no fun.
No, and you like to dip the fries in the Frosty.
I have.
I've never done
My
that.
kids are into that. It's not. I don't seek it out.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah.
So one of these days, what we'll do.
I know you don't like to combine your savory and
my
your
sweet. Obviously, I don't.
Clearly.
With my junk food, different kind of categories of that. So one day, what we'll do.
Would you like to see the dessert menu? I don't know. Do you have any M&Ms?
Do you have what's called a Twix bar? I would love to try one of those Twixes if I could, please. So
Yeah. The double mousse chocolate flambe looks amazing, but I'd rather have a Milky Way.
please and thank you. So one of these
Idiot.
I am an idiot. One of these podcasts will make a live stream where we'll try a pork rind,
Yeah.
the chocolate cake shake,
Yeah.
and some Funyuns, and we'll dip them all into a milkshake,
Right.
and call it done.
No, they can do that on that stupid acquired taste bullshit.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, bye everybody.
Bye. Goodbye.
Brad.